Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Hey Qween, come on and spill the tea. Hey Qween, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Qween, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey Qween.
Hello, my beautiful boom boom guns, and welcome to another CCC Crazy Cuckoo episode of Hey Qween with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Today's show just got off the boat, you know, from a little trip from Asia. Just landed like fresh tilapia. Honey, she's here for the opportunity just like you are. We have the sweetie, I'm very secure. Are you secure? GIA GUNN! Yes, it's getting Jackee. But before she, yes, bitch, works on out here, there's another CCC in the house. She's capacious, she's courageous, and she's curvaceous. It's Miss Lady Red Couture.
Hey, Qween.
Hey, Qween.
How is you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Yes.
I just wanted to be able to hang out with you and have a little chat.
Well, what you want to do isn't necessarily what you're gonna do.
Oh, yes! One of my favorite quotes from GIA this season.
Ooh, so slicing, right?
Oh.
Slicing, I love it.
God, she's good.
I mean, it's almost like she carves a ham when she cuts up. You know what I mean? Slice by good, filthy slice.
Mm-hmm. What privilege.
Yeah!
I mean, she is one of my favorite Rue girls of all time, really.
Baby.
And this is my favorite quote.
Yes, that is the one.
Well, it's going to be good to have her on set today, sweetie, because I'm sure.
Oh.
We're going to be sipping a lot of tea. Look, let's not hold off any longer, sweetie. GIA GUNN is in the house today.
Yes.
And we'll be with her right after this very gay break. We are back. Honey, I don't like cheap queens. I don't like messy queens, but I do love gorgeous, talented, and quotable queens like the one and only GIA GUNN.
Hello.
Hey, Qween.
What's the tea?
Oh, well, this is the tea.
Well, you know she puts the T in the LGB.
Yes, you
Did you like that one?
I do. GIA, I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank
You're
you.
one of my all-time favorites.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to come here, and I love your show, so it's definitely nothing but a pleasure.
Oh, you look stunning.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
I'm feeling my Jane Fonda Barbarella oath.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
you are.
a little Mary Jane action.
Yeah. Ooh. Lady Red, now this is what I call pure fun. Am I right?
Yes, she is beat and gorgeous and even a little extra.
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't be Hey Qween if it wasn't for the extraness
You're right about that.
and the extracurricular activity.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of extra, you added some new elements to your look.
Oh, you like this breastplate? Yeah, they sell them in Beverly Hills.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yes.
How has it been going? You've had such a big year in so many ways.
Yes. It's been fantastic. You know, getting the call, obviously, from All Stars was amazing.
Yeah.
Very unexpected.
Oh, really?
Was a definite, moment of decision making for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very significant time for me. But, I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad that I am advocating for the trans community. And, regardless of what people say, I know that I am the very first openly transgender woman to be on the show, which I think is amazing.
It is. How about that?
Thank you. But you know, like anything else, it's television. I think our younger fans now are really taking the show seriously and kind of don't understand what entertainment is and how Drag Race is kind of a fun and shady, catty, but also very real.
Yeah, I mean, you came in and you had your spoon ready. You saw the pot and you stirred,
I sure
sweetie.
did. And you know what? I think now looking back, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe I wish I didn't say or do certain things, but I'm not one of those queens that likes to live their life with regret. I think you should always stay focused on where you're going and know where you are, but more importantly, where you're going. And I definitely don't regret going on the show, but I definitely know that being back in the workroom kind of triggered some insecurities, brought me back to maybe a dark time in my life where I wasn't, fully realized and fully happy with who I was. And so, yeah, it's kind of weird,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I did it. I conquered. I made a statement. She made legendary television.
Yeah.
What more do we want?
Yes. Now, one thing that we did not see was the legendary workroom conversation between you and RuPaul.
Sure. So, I don't really want to spoil too much because I am in the midst of writing a book. What I can say, though, was that it was very disappointing for me. And I feel that all that I did was be real. It's like, I feel that I was taking a really big step for myself. I was kind of having to really bite the bullet at the time that she made the comments about trans people being on her show.
Right.
And, I didn't backfire on her. I actually did a YouTube video that many people saw, bringing clarity to the situation because I didn't feel that it was any of our places to attack her for having these thoughts and feelings and ideas of what drag is and what contestants on her show should or should not be. And it's not just about trans. I want to see drag kings on there. I want to see bio queens. I want to see, gender non-conforming individuals that are expressing themselves through drag. Of course, I want to see my trans sisters on there. Some Miss Continentals.
Yeah.
Some pageant queens. There's a lot of talent out there. So it's like, let's open up our eyes. Actually, no, our eyes are open. Let's just stop the bullshit and just get them on. Like, let's just stop the bullshit and let's just get these talented people on there. And it's like, who cares what drag used to be or the origins of drag? It's like, we've come so far.
You've really had to make a sort of change in everything. You were the sassiest, gaggiest queen of your season, and now you're really representing trans people in a big way around the globe. You're even doing speaking gigs, sweetie.
Yes,
Miss
yes.
Gia is not just at your local club,
Right.
sweetie. She is giving talks at universities. How has that been, balancing this new sort of side of yourself that you're showing to the world?
It hasn't been the easiest.
Yeah.
Just because I'm so used to, drag life and gigs and, shit getting gaggy and being crazy cuckoo cunts and all that. But I'd like to think that that was the old me. This, not only physically, but also spiritually and mentally, is now me. If I don't make time for myself and if I don't eventually close certain doors, no new doors will open.
Right.
So
that's what you've been doing.
That's what I've been
closing the doors and opening new ones.
Yeah, slowly but surely, right? Because it's like the whole reason I went on All Stars, obviously, there's two reasons why I went on All Stars, honey, and this is me being completely honest.
Let's talk.
It was certainly for the trans community, period, point blank. That's why I really did it. Why am I going on these tours and gigs and I'm not seeing the Sasha Colbys and the Roya Sextons and the Mimi Marks and the, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't see that, but it's like so weird because it's like, but that's what created all this.
Yeah, exactly.
At least from what I know. So I did it for that. And then obviously, honey, I'm trying to get paid, okay? Because, in order to move forward, I'm gonna, there's gonna come a time where I'm gonna have to kind of step back a little bit and, maybe, not make such grand booking fees, but still being grand in the fact that I'm doing something that I actually love and that I feel passionate about, Drag for me is a passion, but it's not the only passion that I that I have or that I've discovered that I have. So those are the two main reasons I did it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like, you know, sometimes I sit back, I'm like, well, did you even do it for you? So, you know, so it's like, it's all said and done, honey. You know, the money was spent and invested. The storage was opened and the drag was put in the vault.
Yes.
And we're moving forward, you know? So that's that.
Yeah. Well, let's go back into All Stars 4 and
Okay.
really dig in deep.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're
Now,
digging in deep,
we
gal.
weren't sure that last time we talked, you weren't sure you were going to ever get on All Stars.
Right.
And we know that obviously they had a wake-up call, and
Right.
there you were. So that must have been pressure.
Yes.
You knew you wanted to do well. So how are you feeling when you were walking back in? You didn't think you'd get there necessarily. There you were. What was that first moment like?
Overwhelming. My heart was kind of racing, but I also was just like, girl, here we go. Like, here we go.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't feel as magical, I think, as the first time, because it's years later. You've been in front of a camera before. You pretty much know who you're gonna walk into. At least you've worked with these girls before. So it's not that like brand new experience, like what's going on, but I'm still being like crazy, but like, you know, so you're a little bit more, what's the word, TV ready.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of pressure, you know, the drag is, you know, you're looking in the mirror, you're going over your lips 20 times,
Right.
asking all the PAs, baby, buckle this, tuck that, put the, you know, because it takes a lot of work to walk in and look immaculate.
Yeah. And you've had people make you looks. It's not
Looks,
not like
honey.
last time where you had to pack from your closet.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a budget, and
Right.
you knew people are expecting.
And I knew
looks.
that the girls were bringing. So I'm like, look, Gia, if you're gonna do this, you know, as fully realizing, that's not what this is for. So baby, go ahead and invest that money, do it right. And, you know, I actually had a long talk with Aurora Sexton before I went, because I needed to speak to another trans drag queen who understands where I'm trying to go and understands what I've done, you know, and so I had a really hard time making the decision to go. I was in Chile.
Right.
I was, you know, doing my whole China Más Latina tour,
Yes.
you know, and my plan was to stay in Latin America and just kind of, you know, be the bigger fish in a smaller pond and kind of explode over there and
Right.
just, you know, hopefully have my career take off over there. And then it's like, they call. And I'm just like, fuck. And after, you know, thinking about it and talking with Aurora.
What did Aurora have to say?
You know, she said, girl, if you're gonna go and do this, you know, make us proud. Don't go in there, you know, half-assing it and just being fishy. And, you know, because, girl, I was like, I'm gonna go in there with a top knot, with the cute little Fashion Nova dress.
Lip gloss.
Yeah, lip
and
gloss,
that's
maybe
it.
a little, you know, Louboutin, and that's cute. And she's like, no, girl, you have to go in there, you have to turn and be that drag queen that we all live for and that we know that you are, and realize that, you know, this is a drag show. And I said, you know what, sis? You're right. Because my whole problem was with the investment into the clothes. Right? Because you don't know if you're going to go home first or last.
No, yeah, and you have to
But if you are
you still got to prepare, right?
Yeah, if you're a fierce queen and you go there to place or to do well, you want to have looks ready for each and every single, you know, moment. You know, and I spent $16,000 in drag and rhinestones and feathers to go to this thing. You know, when realistically it was like that money needed to be going to my surgery. That's money I had saved.
Right.
You know, I did a GoFundMe.
Yes, you did. Very successfully.
You know, very successfully. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about it, but I'm like, you know what? If girls can ask for pageant gowns to go to pageants, you know, if these drag queens can ask, you know, for music careers or donations to, you know, for fan merch, I think I can ask for a pair of tits to feel complete as a woman.
Totally. Why not?
Why not?
That's a classic New York City girl thing to do. I think Candace Kane Gerlina had several different benefits for different parts of their bodies that they wanted. Why not?
Well, it's expensive. And I think, you know, a lot of people feel like, well, Gia, you know, you're so successful and, you know, how dare you ask people that are generally less fortunate than you, whether it be, you know, financially or with a platform or whatever, you know, for help. And even my dad was totally against me doing the GoFundMe. He's like,
Really?
how dare you? That is not the child that we raised. And I was like, you didn't raise a child to ask for help when they need help. I think I'm a human being just like everybody else, regardless, GIA GUNN, All Stars, Drag Race. At the end of the day, I'm a human being, and it's okay to ask for help when you need help. And I needed help.
Yeah.
Girl, if I could have afforded it, I think I would have just paid for it.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, I decided to go, and I did that, and, you know, I'm happy that I did, you know?
Hey Queens, thanks for watching. For part 2 of this interview, click here. For more Hey Qween fabulousness, click here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.